Hello again. It's me, Dr. Russ. And I'm here to do the second page of the Chapter 910 worksheet from Canvas. And so, probably if you watched the first part of this Chapter 9, Chapter 10, what you need to do is make sure you're looking at a copy or have a copy of the worksheet before we get started. So if you don't have one, pause this right now, look it up so you can see what we're both talking about. So for the very first question, or the second page of this worksheet, so we're looking at chapter 10, we're trying to identify paired versus independent samples. And so watch the lectures. I'll probably talk a little bit more about this because I haven't made that video yet. But we'll probably talk a little bit more about what's the difference between a paired and independent sample. So rewatch that if you're having some trouble with this. So let's just look at the very first one. So again, hopefully you're on that second page. So we got number one, a comparison of 54 electricians to 54 plumbers who are all union members, 25 to 40 years old, showed no significant distress in spatial abilities. So what does that mean? Is this a paired or independent? So what we talked about before, if there is any reason why one person's score is matched, paired with another specific score in the other group, then we say it's a paired sample. If there's any sort of logical pairing matching kind of situation here. So what do we got here? We got 54 electricians, we got 54 plumbers, all union members, they're all within an age range and that kind of stuff. And apparently we're talking about spatial abilities. So what does that mean? Does that mean is one of these 54 electricians, is that person's score specifically related to one of the other 54 plumbers' score? And so there really is no reason why there's one person's score is matched to another particular person's score on the other one. Even though they're all from the same union, it doesn't matter. We're looking for score to score. So this would be an example of an independent sample. There would be independent samples. There's no reason why these two are matched by any strip, by what we're doing here. So number one is independent. Number two, 13 volunteers weighed themselves before and after a 2-day fast. So now we got two different averages here. We've got, so we got weight. So we got an average weight. Let's say we got 13 volunteers. So we've got pre-fast weight average and then a post-fast average weight. So is one particular pre-test weight paired, matched somehow with one particular post weight? Is there a logical pairing going on that way? And so, as talked about in the video, one of the most natural paired sample solutions is the same person over time, like a pre-post test situation. So what's going on here is we got 13 volunteers weighed themselves before and after, so that person's pre-weight is logically matched and paired with their post-weight. Why? It's because it's the same person. So imagine the situation where you've got somebody who weighs 200 pounds before the fast, and then they weigh 190 after the fast. Ooh, 290 would be bad. 190 after the fast, versus somebody else who started at say 120 and now is down to 115. Like, that's a huge difference. You know, the average needs to consider the fact that you started high and then you still ended kind of high if you're talking about 200 versus 195 versus, you know, whatever. So that person's average is paired. So example, pre-post tests are a classic example of a paired sample design. All right, the third one, a psychologist gave a pre-test and matched each participant with another participant. Half were given an amphetamine and half were given a placebo. All 40 participants then learned a new task. So, I know you'd want to participate in this where you get amphetamines while you're trying to do something for research, but that's not going to happen. So if a psychologist gave a pre-test and matched each participant with another participant, when you see that word matched, this is the example of the yoked. Like we specifically matched people to begin with. So if you initially match people to begin with, then that is a paired situation. So the answers for the paired versus independent samples, the first one's independent, the second one's paired, and the third one's paired. If you're still having some trouble with this, or you didn't get these three, go ahead and re-listen to that part of the chapter lecture notes about paired versus independent, so that we could try to get that and read in your textbook a little bit more of that. All right, I'll get to the second part of the second page in another video. Thanks.